We're back with our painting called The Family with part 12. And today we're going to be doing the little girl with the snowballs. And we're going to be doing some highlights on some of the others. So I'll show you what I've done. Let's get started, y'all. The paints we'll be using today is sap green, light magenta, light olive green, phthalo blue, purple red, and white. The paintbrushes I'll be using is a 3/0 and a 2/0. I'm back with my next little girl, and as you can tell, here is my rectangle from here to here, and just make it straight as a rectangle. Now what I did is I just bumped it out where I've got my rectangle straight here. I just bumped it out a little bit here and a little bit on this side. And then we're just going to add other stuff to it. I'm going to start off with my number 3/0 liner brush, and I'm going to just say my large and my small, because I'm just probably going to be using my 3/0, which will be the large, and the 2/0, which will be the small. It's easier just to say it that way. I've got light green olive on my palette, and I'm going to just come in here, and I've had her skirt. I think I'm going to bring her shirt up a little bit. So I'm going to bring this up to about long in here, and I'm just going to close this in, and if I need to, and I probably will, I'll have to put another coat on it. This a little straighter here, so that's when even when you draw it, that's when you can use little extra things. But you see, we had our rectangle. If I made that straight there, you can see those little lines. And I just bumped it out a little bit. Easy way to make a little skirt. You can bring it out to a point more if you wanted to, or you can round it. I kind of like the rounded better than I like the other. Alright, so that's got to dry. I'm just getting some more off my paintbrush here. Alright, I'm going to use a little bit of sap green and a little bit of light green together, and I'm going to come in here and do her leggings. I think I might just fill it in a little bit, and I may have to. I'm gonna have to come back in with a different, with another coat. So these are just really easy to see through. So that's why I'm gonna have to come back through with a second coat, and then I can put on some light olive green over it if I want to. Just to make us a different color than what we got. I'm going to bring this down a little bit more. I'm going to bring in a light magenta, and then I'm just going to use my my big brush, my number 3, and I'm going to show you here how we did the rectangle from here down. There's, you can see the rectangle part. Alright, I'm going to fill this in. And this is where we do a little bit of adding to it. Alright, so I'm going to come off this here and roll it down to give her her arm. And it looks like it's just kind of crazy looking there, but I think I'm going to put a snowball in her hand so she's got a purpose for it. Just sit there. And then we're going to bring this one, and I'm trying to leave a little space in between there. And I'm going to come out a little bit further than what my pencil mark is, because I want the arm a little bit, sleeve a little bit fatter. And we're going to roll off of that. So you just rolled it off. So there is the start of my little girl. Okay, I'm going to use this same paint, and I'm going to paint her shoes. Because my granddaughters have pink shoes. Well, kind of color shoes. I can go ahead and bring in another coat of this lime green back over this. Well, bring in another coat if we have to. I want it good and filled with color. Right, I'm just going to take my paintbrush and wipe it off. Then I'm going to pick up my sap green and come back over my leggings again, because I'm seeing that they haven't filled in as good as I would like for them to. And we can tap it there to make sure that it gets there. Alright. I want this to dry, and then I can come back and do some more. I'm seeing some white under there, so I gotta pick up some more of my light magenta and come under here. Fill it back in again. I'm going to use my my number 3, my large one, and I've got a little bit of and I've got just a dot of Phthalo Blue, and then I've got some white, and I'm going to mix this in here with a light blue if I can, and then I'm just going to bring a little snowball right here to go in her hand. So she's got a little snowball. Now, I thought about doing this, and I think I am. I'm going to put some little snowballs right here. I'm putting and I may put some somewhere else, because we got children. They can play with the snow and the snowballs. Okay, then we'll put another 2 right here, and then I'll put 1 right here. Let's see, there's our little snowball thing. I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to do that again. I'm just going to pick up a little of that phthalo, and I've not got too much. Try to whiten it down a little bit, and then I'm going to put 1 right here, and I got these really kind of a little bit too dark. That's okay, I can come back in with more. And we're just, you see what I'm doing? I'm just taking my brush and just going around in a circle till I get what I want. Some of them's going to be bigger than others. That's okay. So we got snowballs that they can pick up and throw at each other. That's kind of fun. I think I'm actually going to put some over here by the snowman, because I do like that. I'm going to put, because kids got to be kids. They got to play. And we're going to put 4 here. And then I'm going to put 3. Like I said, we'll come back in with some more white, a little bit to give them some more of what they need. I'm going to let these dry though. And we'll put one more right here on top. Just a little something to make it our wintry scene come to life. Okay, so we're back with our little girl, and I'm just gonna bring this in a little bit more because I still have this a little darker, and then we can bring it in. It's when the paintbrush goes a little crazy that the snowballs look crazy. Okay, it's dry. I'm back with my 3/0, and I'm going to put some more pink on my little girl here. Just to fill in some of this white that on the canvas, in case there's some. And I want it a little darker. Pick up my light lime green and come in here and put some more of that down. And then I'm just going to pick up a little bit on the tip, and I'm going to come in here and give her some, some stripes across her little leggings. Wash my brush, and I know this is still wet, but I'm going to come in here with some of my sap green, and I'm going to put a couple of little wavy lines in here. And I'm going to put another one right here. I'm going to wash my brush off, and I'm going to pick up some white, and I'm going to come back in here with my little snowballs and try to just put some white in here. Just so we can take a little bit of that blue, and I'm going to put a little, the phthalo blue and the white that was together under the snowball. I'm going to put a little shadow under there. Same way. There we go. And then we can just kind of come in if we need to. Fill them out a little bit more just to kind of define them. I'm just making my snowballs a little darker now with the white on there. I can do right here. Alright, I'm going to come over to these, and I wasn't paying attention. I'd already grabbed some of my blue and just come up under here a little bit. And I got some of the white with that too. So let's grab some of this white and see about coming in here a little bit more. Yep, just putting a little still a little blue, but it's a little lighter blue. The snowballs are not something that we're really worrying about focusing on, but they're just nice to have, you know, a little something there. Makes it fun and whimsical. And I'm just going to bring in a little bit of the blue right under here. I'm actually liking those colors better than I like this one, so I'm just going to bring in a little bit more. Might need to make it a little darker, I don't know. I'm going to leave that like that and let it dry, and then if I need to come back in with some little white, I will. I'm picking up, and I'm going to try this. I don't see how it works, because this is a light magenta and this is a purple red, and so I'm going to see how I like the purple red. So I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. I really like the flowers on the lady here, and I've got little, I just want some life about it. That's what I want, something else. So I'm going to pick up some of this, the other color, and I'm just going to come around and put some little designs in here. If it's something sort of like that, that's perfectly fine. It's a little lighter than the light magenta, so I'm just dabbing it. Just to try to make it look, well, I picked up the wrong color. I picked up the magenta. I was wondering why wasn't having that little different color about it, and that's because I picked up the wrong color. Alrighty. Didn't put any right in here. I'm going to put this color right in here because I didn't come up far enough. And that's okay. There we go. I'm going to grab my number 2, and I'm going to grab some more of this magenta. And I'm going to bring this down right here just a little bit. Make it a little more even for me. That's oops, got too much. Alright, I'm going to use my number 2 over 0 liner brush, and I'm going to come in with some white, just a little bit, and I'm going to put a little division in here to put some little highlights. And it didn't have to be a lot, but I like that, having some more color about it. And if we want to, we can just come over here, and I'm going to pick up, I've got that white, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that lime green, just so it can have a little some little highlight on that side. Just need to pick up a little bit more because I want a little bit more than what I wanted. I'm going to wash my brush because it's got green on it. I'm going to pick up some more of this white, and I'm going to come over to this side right in here and put a little highlight on the side. Now I'm going to come back in here where my little balls are, and I'm not putting the white on everything. I'm just putting it in like half of it, just to give it some make it look like little circles there. That's all I did. I'm going to come in here to this one and do the same thing. Just putting the little highlights on our snowballs. And then I'm having to move a lot, y'all. I'm back to this one. I'm just going to put in a little bit right in here. And there's our little snowballs. I'm going to grab my white again because I forgot to give this one a little shadow. So that's all I'm doing, putting a little shadow in that snowflake. Now, I'm going to use very little, but I'm going to use a little bit of just some white in here on her little flowers, just to give them a little something. And they don't have to be, you can't, it's not a pattern as defined as that one, but if I find that I don't like it as good, I can always come back in. I got too much paint on my brush. I can come back in with another color. That's what I was trying to say before I got it interrupted by the glob of paint. Just kind of went back and decided to rub them in a little bit. So I'm going to grab some more of that pink that I had, and I'm just going to rub it in, and we'll see some white, we'll see some pink. That's okay. That's all we're doing is just, and I'm trying to come over to the side a little bit so that it looks like it's wrapping around. It doesn't just stop in a spot. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm really liking that, so I'm going to bring in a little more of the darker magenta. It's a light magenta, but it's darker than the other colors. And I'm just kind of putting this down. All right, I'm going to bring it, or I can line this up kind of straight. And there we go. I'm going to wash my brush off, dry it, and I'm going to pick up the light olive green, and I'm going to put some little green things on her shirt. Just gives it a little more, it blends the shirt and the skirt together. And it's just little subtle hints of the green in there. I think what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try it again because I'm just still not really happy. I've got my white, and I'm just tipping the tip of a little bit of white. I mean very little. I'm just trying to put that in spots. it's got a little green spot, and I'm just going to bring in some white from the snow and put around it. Alright, I'm going to grab a little bit of this blue, and I'm going to put a little, it's the blue and white, and I'm just going to put a little bit of under her feet, and I'm going to come right back under here and put a little bit under theirs. That's all I'm doing, just putting a little blue in there to give some pop. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of my white on my number 2, and I'm going to come in here and do a little bit of highlights. I'm going to highlight the pocket a little bit just to make it pop out. I might put a little bit of just kind of rub a little bit of white in here for some shadow, some highlights, and if I don't like that, I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to rub it a little bit more. That didn't like that. There we go. Just got a little bit of the white there. It just needs a little dab of do you. Alright, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to just do some, and I'm rubbing it with my finger just to put a little highlight in there. Same way here, because you have a little bend in your britches usually, and I'm just going to rub that with my finger to give it some highlight. It's just some little things we're coming back to do. Alright, let's touch his, I'm going to come along here with his shoe and his britches is, and I'm putting a lot of highlight there, and then I'm just putting a little highlight in his shoe. And on the bottom. So there is his little, let's put a little, it can come right under here, under his belt, and just put a little bit of something just to give it a little pop. And we're going to work on this little fella. We're going to give him some we're going to bring his pocket around too, and that's all I'm going to do there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of and rub it in and rub it in. I'm rubbing it in with my finger, that's all I'm doing. And then we can bring in a little bit on his collar. We might do this one a little bit here too. Just put a little bit highlight on his on their collar and on their arm a little bit. That's all we're doing. And then we'll bring a little bit here, and then on where his britches meets his shoe, and then he's got a little red, like a little red heel. I'm just gonna put a little line there, and then I'm just gonna give a little tap of some highlight. And this is just finishing off of their clothes. That's all I'm doing here. Alright, and so I decided to put that into this one. I'm still working on some other ones, so that's okay. I'm going to put a little highlight here, and then we can just give him a little rub in there. Let's work on his pocket. Doesn't have to be a whole lot, just a little something, and then we'll give him a little there. Again, we're coming in with the shoe. And I'm going to do some with the let's just give him a little bit of highlight there. Okay. And if I don't like that, you know, you can always bring more back in, but I kind of like it. I'm just bringing in some more little colors on the side so we can have it. Okay, let's look at our little girl here, because we haven't put any highlights on her. I'm going to put some, I've got some white, and I'm just going to put a little bit, put it around her shoe, and give her a little highlight on her shoe, come around on her little leggings, and then I'm just going to bring in some white right here on her side and give her some highlight there. And right up in here. Let's just do her arm a little bit. And then we can put some right in there. And we're doing it, I'm doing it very lightly, so it's not a whole lot of highlight. And I'm just putting little white in there. Okay. So this concludes part 12 of our little girl with the snowball. So I hope y'all pick up a paintbrush and get to painting and love it as much as I do. Y'all take care, and God bless.